Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. It was narrated that there was a merchant in Egypt who sold dates. His name was Atiyah ibn Khalaf, and he was a wealthy man. He had a lot of money and a successful trade. Then Allah Ta'ala willed that this slave of his would be struck with poverty, to the extent that all he was left with was one thobe to cover his awrah with and an izar to wear at home. When it was the day of Ashura, he prayed the Fajr prayer in the masjid of Amr ibn al-As, and this is a jami', a masjid in Cairo, Egypt. Then he stood making dua with the rest of the people, and he was far away from the women. A woman with children came up to him and said to him, "Ya Sayyidi, هلا فرجت عني وآثرتني بشيء أستعين به على قوت أطفالي مات أبوهم وما ترك لهم شيئا وأنا شريفة منسوبة إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ولا أعرف أحدا أقصده. O Sayyidi, will you not relieve me from this hardship and prefer to spend on me by giving me something by which I can seek aid to get food for my children? Their father died, and he didn't leave anything for them. And I am a Sharifa, I am Mansuba, a descendant of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and I don't know anyone to ask." So the man said within himself, "I don't own anything. I only have this thobe that I'm wearing and an izar at home." Then he said to her, "Idhabi ma'i u'atiki shay'a." Come with me, I will give you something. So she went with him to his house, and he left her standing at the door, and he went inside and took off his thobe and put his izar on. And the izar is the bottom piece that the men wear during Hajj. It is also worn in some of the countries nowadays like Yemen, Indonesia, and Malaysia. Then he cracked the door open and handed her his thobe from behind the door. So she said to him, رزقك الله من حلل الجنة ولا أحوجك في باقي عمرك إلى أحد. May Allah give you from the garments of paradise, and may He protect you from being in need of anyone, meaning from the creation, throughout the rest of your life. So the man was very happy with her dua for him, and he closed the door and went inside of his house, mentioning Allah Ta'ala, that is, doing a dhikr, until nighttime. Then he slept, and he saw one of the Hurul Ain in his dream. She was extremely beautiful, more beautiful than what the eyes have seen. She had an apple in her hand, with a pleasant fragrance that filled what is between the sky and the earth. She handed him the apple, and he broke it open, and a garment from the garments of paradise came out of it. One that does not equate to this dunya and what is in it. She put the garment on him and sat with him. He said to her, "Man anti? Who are you?" She said, "Zawjatuka fil Jannah. I am your wife in paradise." He said, فَبِمَ نِلْتُ ذَلِكَ? By what did I attain this? She said, بِدَعْوَةِ تِلْكَ الْمِسْكِينَةِ الْأَرْمَلَةِ وَالْأَيْتَامِ الَّذِينَ أَحْسَنْتَ إِلَيْهِمُ الْأَمْسِ. By the dua of that poor widow and the orphans for whom you showed good treatment yesterday. Walhamdulillah, wallahu a'lam.